I'm just a guy having fun at the range. Let's go shoot something. So today I brought out a 44 Magnum and a bunch of bullets. And my goal today is to walk through about 50 rounds of 44 Magnum and try and get as comfortable with this 44 Magnum revolver as I can. This is a Smith & Wesson Model 629 Classic. So it's a newer made one. It's designed to replicate the older Model 629 in stainless. It's a pretty good shooting 44 Magnum. Nice heavy end frame, so that absorbs a lot of the recoil and it shoots pretty nicely. So let's go ahead and put some rounds down range and see what we can do. We're going to start with some 240 grain 44 Magnum, as is the standard. I think these are 240. Oh my goodness. These are 300s. Shoot. So just realize that this is a box of 300 grain 44 Magnums, not the standard 244 grain Magnums. So now I have a rather substantial goal of actually making it through this box of ammo. Yep, those are 300 grain. I don't like shooting 300 grain 44 Magnum on a regular basis. We're going to see if we can even make it through the box. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 38 rounds is what I had in the box. So let's see if we can make it through 38 rounds of 300 grain 44 Magnum. Oh my goodness. Alright, when I planned this video, it was going to be 240 grain 44 Magnums that I was going to be shooting. These are 300s, which are way hotter. They are ridiculously powerful. I've shot 20 rounds of 240 before. I have never shot in steady succession this many rounds of 300. So we're going to see. I'm doubting I'm going to make it through all 38, but let's just see what we can do. Alright, so let's get another 6 rounds downrange. 300 grain 44 Magnum. Jeepers. Oh, I missed on that last one. I'm starting to wear down already. I'm trying to adjust my grip. These are very thin grips and the metal is pretty much right against your hand. So you get a lot of that recoil, and that is a lot. This barrel is going hot. I don't even know if this guy can handle a steady diet of that. Let's see if I can get these out. Okay, so the casings are starting to get stuck in the cylinder a bit more than I'd like, and I think it's because these things are so hot as far as their potency. I don't think that this guy is really holding up well to all of those. Aim the gun. I mean, it looks okay. Alright, well, we'll do one more set of 6. I was kind of hoping to start working with this guy doing some double action trigger pulls rather than the single action, and maybe I'll try that with this next set, but I was hoping it was going to be a fun time of getting more comfortable with 44, and so far this has not been a fun time. I'm a little bit less comfortable with 44 than I was before. As you can see, I missed that last one. Alright, let's see what we can do with these. Alrighty, alright, we're going to go double action pulls this time, and we'll see what we can do with it. I'm hesitant to believe it. I mean, the cylinder's starting to kind of jam up because some of those rounds are getting really knocked around. All right. Oh, goodness. Ah. Jeepers. Yeah, that long double action trigger pull, it starts to pull my grip just out of alignment, so I'm not getting as much of that push on the back strap of the gun, which is really messing with my recoil management. But holy cow, I did not realize these were 300s. Oh my goodness. I got two that time. Try one more. Jeepers. Okay, I think I've got one round left in there. I'm just going to go over to this other set of plates over here. Oh, goodness sakes. Yeah, I'm starting to get super shaky with those. That is really warming up that barrel. Alright, well, that was 18 rounds of 300 grain. And I'm not quite sure. Should I put some more down it? Yeah, I've got to at this point. Goodness sakes. I did not realize those were 300s. I think I've said that 8 times now. Okay, 300 grain, 44 Magnum. Now, I mean, the really crazy thing, so I brought out some other 44s. Let me just talk about these real quick. I'll lay them out here on the table so that you can kind of see what we're talking about. Okay, so what you can see here, this is a 44 special, so it's a little bit shorter, and I think that these are 240 grain bullets, but they're moving at like 1100 feet per second, so a little bit more than like a 45 ACP. This guy in the middle here, yes, this is a standard 240 grain 44 Magnum, so very fast 244 grain bullet, a lot more power than most other handguns. Was the most powerful handgun for a little while, but the lead in this round comes down to like about there. It's about as much in the case as it is out. These 300s that I'm shooting, these things are ridiculous. There's a little ridge in the case that I can see about right there, and that's where the lead of the bullet stops. All of that is lead. So it's a ridiculously heavy bullet, still moving at a ridiculous clip, and it just is a ton of power to deal with. So I'm going to do a few silly things, I guess, since this is not doing what I kind of intended it to do. We're just going to have some fun with it. So, oops, I took one out of there. Let's put one of those back. Let's see. I'm hesitant to try this. I'm going to try one-handing it. We're going to see if we can do it just with a strong hand. Maybe I'll go to a left hand and just see if we can do a one-hand hold, but this is a ridiculous amount of power out of the 44 Magnum. Now I realize it's not a 500 Magnum, it's not a 460 or a 480 or even a 454 Casull. There's plenty of other cartridges that make this guy look wimpy, but for me, this is one of the most powerful handguns that I have. It's ridiculously powerful, especially with that 300 grain bullet. So this is big for me. I'm sorry if it's not big enough for you. I'm going to try and do 3 single action, and we'll see how that goes. And then maybe we'll try some double action trigger presses. Alright, 44 Magnum, 300 grains. This thing's going to come right out of my hand. Oh, this is dumb. Alright, here we go. Oh, goodness sakes. Try that again. There it is. Okay, it's not actually as bad, I think, because I'm letting the muzzle flip. Rather than trying to fight that recoil, I'm kind of letting it ride. So I'm not really getting great shots, but it's really not terrible in the hand. Let's try double action. Oh goodness. Cylinder's sticking. So as those cartridges are going off, the brass is expanding, and it's also pushing the case to the rear of the cylinder up against the back of this revolver plate. and so it sticks it back there, and that prevents the cylinder from moving. It's one of those things that we talk about revolvers as though they're these perfectly reliable things, and that semi-autos have all the problems, revolvers have none of the issues, they're simple, they're easy, they always work. This is one of those things that we forget revolvers have issues with. And goodness, my wrist feels a little funny. So they're not always perfectly reliable. This is a good Smith & Wesson revolver, and it's having some issues with these extra hot rounds. All right, double action, one hand. I've delayed it long enough. Oh, goodness sakes. Jeepers. Oh, goodness. Here's another one. Nope. Ah, there it is. Oh my goodness sakes. Alright, so this is a good time to talk about how I sprained my wrist last... No, I'm just kidding. Okay, let's get these guys out. Okay. Alright, yeah, this is a bit nuts, but one-handed, not that bad. I was thinking I wouldn't be able to kind of build up a tolerance to these, that they're just too big, but as I'm going along, it's getting a little bit more comfortable. I am a little concerned with how much power I'm putting down these, and these plates, they're designed for 44 Magnum, but I don't know that they're really designed for 300 grain 44 Magnum. So I'm hammering them a little bit. I don't think I'll shoot at the dueling tree for sure. Let's see if I can go a little faster. That was kind of my goal when I was thinking this was a box of 240s. Was to kind of run through real quick, 50 rounds or so, and hoping that kind of by the end of that box I'd be able to run 6 plates pretty quickly, double action pulls all the way through, and kind of build up some of that use, some of the muscle memory with the 44 Magnum. Okay, I'm gonna get some more plates up and we'll get going. Okay. Double action pulls. I'm going to try and get 6 for 6, but I'm going to try and go a little bit faster than I've been going. Let's see if we can do this. Yep, there's one that's jammed up in there. Come on! That cylinder was just too sticky. Jeepers, I am flinching like crazy. Oh my goodness. I mean, again, it's not a 500 Smith & Wesson Magnum. It's not a huge cartridge. But for me, I mean, 44 Magnum is punchy. It is a punchy cartridge. Right? And so yeah, this is about the top of what I would be comfortable shooting, but I'm getting used to it. We are starting to get a little bit faster, but I think I'm gonna stop. I have 8 rounds left. Oh my goodness. Really, I mean, if I load this guy back up 4. Okay. I'm going to do one run of dry practice real quick, just because I'm feeling myself flinch like crazy. So I should be able to shoot 44 Magnum just like that, right? Be nice and fast, smooth. Jeepers. Okay, alright, fine. 6 more rounds. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do a little bit of a flinch test. I'm going to shoot half of these, but I'm going to just put in a couple, but with a couple of empty cylinders. Okay, so I've only got 3 rounds. I just saw how they landed. Alright, I've only got 3 rounds in the firearm, so there's 3 empty chambers, and I'm going to try my best not to look and see whether or not the next one is around. And we'll see if I can get 3 plates. I'm just going to shoot these guys off to the side here in single action. Oh, jeepers. Okay, that was an empty, and we did okay. That was an empty. I was definitely thinking that that one was live. Oh, I think this next one is live as well. Oh, it wasn't live. Oh, there it is. Okay, that's 3 rounds. Okay, you're getting there. You're getting there. So, alright, I think I've just about, I've got 5 rounds left in that box, but I think I'm going to leave those because I do like, when I take somebody shooting and they want to know, what's the most powerful thing that I usually bring with me. These are, you can shoot them indoors and whatnot at an indoor range, not just in your basement. But I'm going to hang on to those for people who want to shoot. I think that these guys are standard 240s. So now that I've gone through almost a full box of 300s, for goodness sakes, let's see. Yeah, these are all standard 240 Magnums. Let's see if we can just go through 6 standard 240 grains. Okay, so here we go. We've got our plates up. We've got 6 rounds of 240 grain. I'm going to run these double action, and I'm going to try and go kind of as fast as I can. 6 plates. Ooh, a little low. Oh, I jerked that one. Ah! Goodness, I started to lose my grip on it, and so those last 2 kind of got away from me. Ah, what a bummer. So, but they definitely felt a lot lighter. I've never thought of describing a 44 Magnum as though it were a light shot, but those 240s, much tamer than those 300s. So anyway, and I was also getting excited when that plate, I got a 2-for-1 there. I was kind of getting excited. I might actually have gotten the 6. Let's try these 44 specials. So these are going to be pretty much nothing. It's like the 38 special, 357 Magnum sort of a deal. These guys are nice and light by comparison. Alrighty, let me just take the 2 that are there. Oh, did you guys see that flinch? Oh my goodness, that was bad. Ah, goodness. But you'll also notice with those later loads that I was able to get moving. Okay, goodness, that's hot. There we go. Alright, and also with those lower pressure, those cases are coming out a lot nicer than they were with the 300s. Okay, this thing, the barrel and the cylinder are extremely toasty. So we're going to give him a rest. I think that's all for today. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed me making a little bit of a fool of myself, thinking I was doing one thing and doing something completely different. But maybe it was entertaining, maybe it was fun. Hopefully we'll see you in the next video. See you later.